What's up, boys? Taking a look at some NFL player props today over on prizepicks. If you guys are on prizepicks, I highly recommend joining. Use my code DUMG, 100% deposit match up to $100. But we're just going to hop straight into this here. We're not going to have a really long intro or anything like that. Let's just hop in here. Sunday Night Football here. We have the Miami Dolphins and we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. It will be in Miami for this game right here. 7.5 point spread, 44.5 over under. But first off, let's talk about prizepicks. Again, the link is down in my description below. It's available in most states and you guys have to be 18 years or older, but tons of value on the prizepicks board. I definitely recommend joining. Link is down in the description below. And real quick, the Patreon is available if you guys are interested in taking a look at all my different plays, all my different research. We are currently at 221 members, I believe. So it's insane. I seriously do appreciate you guys all for supporting me over on Patreon. This gives you guys access to every single one of my plays that I post, and also it's ranked by confidence level. So if you guys are into those type of rankings, I have every single one of those plays ranked. And by the way, we did hit our last Sunday Night Football play, which was Ezekiel Elliott last week. So let's hop in though and just talk about this player prop here because, and also if you guys are looking for a pair, by the way, I'll talk about more props a little bit later in the video after my main play, but I will have an NBA player prop video probably like literally right after this. And also I posted a 425 gameplay, so if you guys have your post notifications on, if you guys are looking for a pair, you guys can check out that video as well. But tail at your own risk, let's hop in and talk about this prop right here. So this player prop right here is going to be in the receiving yards category. Let's hop into receiving yards and go down here to Tyreek Hill. So I like some Tyreek Hill here in this game. Where is he at? There he is. Tyreek Hill. I like him over 79.5 receiving yards here against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so Tua Tagovailoa is going to be back in this game. Tua is going to be back here. He's at quarterback here, obviously at home like we said against the Pittsburgh Steelers here. So in games with Tua here, we take a look at Tua's game log first. So we'll take a look at Tua's game log here. In the two games where he was fully healthy, he played against the Patriots, he played against the Baltimore Ravens. Then he got hurt in the Buffalo game and also got hurt in the Cincinnati game. So taking a look at this game right here, you guys can see in those games. So Baltimore and Buffalo in these games right here, he had the Patriots game in the Baltimore Ravens game, 194 receiving yards and 190 receiving yards. So we went over in both games where Tua was fully healthy. He is 3 and 4 games where Tua has played at least a snap. He only had 33 receiving yards against Buffalo, but he did have 160 receiving yards against Cincinnati. So he is 3 for 4 where Tua plays at least a snap, 2 for 2 when Tua is fully healthy. Hopefully Tua is going to be fully healthy this game, but 12 receptions, by the way, against Minnesota for 177 receiving yards in that game. So I'm just liking the spot a lot here. However, against the Steelers here, he does not have the best history. So be mindful of this. So this is obviously not with the Dolphins, though. It's not with the same quarterback. This was with Patrick Mahomes. But the Steelers have shut him down a little bit in the past. So do be aware of that. That's why I say tail at your own risk. Look into these and do your own research. But 5 receptions here, 57 yards and a touchdown. So only 57 receiving yards in that last game against the Steelers, which is not exactly great. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but I do think I like Tua and him force feeding really just Tyreek the ball. I think he'll be able to do that yet again here. I don't know why that would change after he's come back from injury. So I expect him to once again force the ball to Tyreek Hill, and hopefully he does go over those receiving yards. And that is pretty much going to be that play right there. I think I pretty much covered everything. He's a minus 145, by the way, to go over 78.5. At least that's what he was. We take a look here. So Tyreek Hill right here, this is what he looks like on the sports books. This website, by the way, it's called Scores and Odds. So you guys can see 80.5 right there, minus 110. 78.5, he's a minus 115 on that site. Minus 137 over here to go over 78.5. 78.5 right there, minus 145. And over 80.5, he's a minus 110 over there. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what the sports books are thinking about this prop right here and how you guys can get a little bit of an edge on prizepicks. So yeah, I'm loving the spot right here for Tyreek Hill. We take a look at some other props and things like that. But again, if you guys are looking for an official play for me as another pair, you guys can obviously check out Patreon. This will give you guys access to all my plays, ranked, everything like that. We are 5-0-1 so far on our Sunday top play. There is one active right now. We'll see how that one ends. But we already hit one in like the first half. Hit a prop, DJ Moore over 4 receptions. So that definitely hit. That did very solid. He killed that. But yeah, that's how our Sunday's going so far. But and again, let's just hop in and talk about some more props here. We can just put in Miami. We'll take a look at Miami's props here. So Tua right here, 245.5. I'm not touching Tua with him being as banged up as he is. I'm not worried about Tyreek, obviously, or would not be playing him. But Mostert here, you have him for a touchdown right there. That's a little bit interesting. You have the Tyreek props like we've been talking about. You got Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki right there at 20.5 receiving yards. So there's a couple of interesting props right here for Miami. You take a look at all these different charts and everything like that. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I feel like you know, the running backs could definitely get some work here. Chase Edmonds, 8.5 receiving yards. You know, you got to take a look, though, back to how he was doing with Tua when Tua was playing. He only had 8 receiving yards in that game against Baltimore right there. So it's kind of hard to judge Miami, I will say, with Tua back. You just got to always take a look at what he was doing in those first 2 games where he was fully healthy. So some of those props could be pretty tough to judge. But you have Najee Harris here at 2 receptions. I was looking at Najee for sure when it comes to receptions. That's something I'm definitely interested in. 2, 3, 0, 3, and 5 right there in that game right there. You can also take a look at scores and odds, by the way, and find out what the sportsbooks are thinking there as well. Najee Harris over 12.5 rushing attempts. I do like this prop right here. Najee Harris over 12.5 receptions over 12.5 rushing attempts is definitely valid to me. I definitely like the spot a little bit for Najee Harris against Miami to go over his rushing attempts there. I already have 2 rushing attempt props already on the Patreon, so I don't want to dabble in too much more in that. You even have on PrizePicks, you have fantasy score for defense and sacks as well. So take a look at Kenny Pickett and all that if you guys want. He's only played a couple games this year. I think he's only started 2 games, huh? Buffalo and Tampa. I think he started those 2 games. I think because he didn't start against the Jets. I think he just came into that game, didn't he? Deontay Johnson, 16.5. Not interested in that. His receptions are solid, but I don't know. Just Kenny Pickett loves George Pickens. Where's Pickens at? Pickens. There you are, Pickens. 4 receptions right here. I definitely played him in those games right there. I think I had him over 3 receptions. They both up with 4 last week, and he went under that against Tampa. However, that was against Tampa. Miami, I believe, allows quite a few completions, I believe, on defense. So Pickens' receptions may not be a bad idea. Coming off of a pretty bad week against Tampa right there. We'll see how Kenny Pickett does. He should be force-feeding Pickens the ball like he did before. All right, what else we got here? Chris Boswell, 7.5 fantasy score right there, and that's pretty much about it for that. Tackle plus assist props. I'm usually loving some tackle plus assist props. I usually only dabble into those a little bit, though, on Thursday nights and Sunday night or Monday Night Football. Thursday Night Football, Monday Night Football is when I really love to run with those tackles plus assist props. Not so much on Sundays slates. I feel like those aren't as great on Sundays. I don't really know why. They just haven't been hitting for me on Sundays, but they usually do on Thursday nights and Monday nights. But that's usually what I try to dive into there. But actually, I don't know why I didn't tell you guys. I should just tell you guys what my prop was instead of making you guys watch that video. I didn't even think about that. All right, let's just find the rushing yards here. Where are you at? Kenny. There we go. I almost said Kenny Pickett. Jeez. Kenneth Walker here, over 70.5 rushing yards. I already talked about him in my last video. I like the spot here with Penny down. He's been hurt, should be done for the year, I do believe. But he's at 70.5 rushing yards. He's killed this last 2 weeks here. I believe Penny went down against the Saints right there. He had 11 attempts for 88 yards. And then he had like 16, 17 attempts. He might have had even more than that against the Cardinals. He had 97 yards in that game. Now he's facing the Chargers, who have allowed a lot of those running backs they faced to go over that. So I'm liking Kenneth Walker there against the Chargers. That was my other play, by the way. So yeah, if you guys are looking for a pair, that was the other one from the last video. But depending on when time you guys are watching this, you might not be able to get that prop in if you guys do like that. But always tail your own risk. Look into these props and run your own. I'm going to try to give you guys some pairings. I got killed in the comments in my last video because I didn't give a pairing for whatever reason. So I've always only done one prop, but I'll start giving you guys pairs in these videos. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, check out Patreon, and check out the PrizePicks link down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys. Best of luck tonight.